the worst question I've ever heard.
I asked, how are you?
You know, I actually really like most receivers.
Oh, God, are you recording? Look, I bought an actual goddamn lion!
Well. Hello, media. The same media that ranked me last quarterback in my draft class. The same media that said I wasn't a quarterback. It wasn't just Bill Polian. You all thought it was Josh Rosen leading a game-winning drive on Monday Night Football last night. Do most running backs throw for 442 yards? I will no longer be disrespected. Quote, this Raven, never more. Tried to come at me. Our only loss this season was to the Raiders, and I don't know if you've been watching the news, but I got my revenge. That's right, I am the Lamar Jackson, and I am not afraid to die. Ask your questions, I will destroy the answers.
Lamar!
Let's get this kicked off. You there on the left.
Hey, this is Dollar B2. What do you have to say to the Lamar haters?
Dollar B2, I have to say to all of the Lamar haters, like I say to any individual Lamar hater, you do not know yourself. For I am Lamar Jackson, greatness embodied in a human. And to hate Lamar Jackson is to hate yourself. Seek help, Dollar B2, seek help. Next question.
Lamar!
You there.
Hey, this is Camp Daddy. Just wanted to say this is the most pointless shit ever.
Hello, Camp Daddy. It seems that fate has brought us two together to ask these deep questions of existence, such as a question that isn't really a question, but more a statement. Good. Well, Camp Daddy, meet your fate, or rather a mirrored version of yourself, for we are all connected in this one thing. And as you are doing something pointless, I am doing something pointful, being the Lamar Jackson on our way to greatness. We are all witnessing something that has never happened before. And Camp Daddy, I'm so glad that fate brought us together for this moment. Your fate was to ask this, and mine is to be the greatest quarterback in the NFL. Next question.
Lamar! Excuse me, Lamar. Over here. Hey, Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead. You there.
Hey, Lamar, this is Sage Castro. Was that back soreness earlier this year from carrying the team?
Hello, Sage Castro. Very complex question with a complex answer. Maybe. Next question.
Excuse me, Lamar. Over here. Hey, Lamar. Over here. Lamar.
Go ahead. You in the front.
Hey, Lamar, this is Time is Key 7. Are you a running back?
Time is Key 7? No, I'm not a running back. In fact, I hate running backs so much that I had all ours injured in the preseason. Latavius, you better watch out. Cause yeah, it was me and I'd do it again. I'm only ever gonna pass for the rest of my life. Just to spite you, Time is Key 7. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna hack into the Bleacher Report servers. I'm gonna look up your IP address. I'm gonna drive to your home where you live, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'll drive to Chattanooga. I'm gonna wait in my car and I'll wait for you to go to work. You probably drive what? A Toyota Echo? Yeah, some kind of car like that going to your place of employment, probably at a Jamba Juice or whatever. And I'm gonna go to that Jamba Juice and I'm gonna say, you know what? He's not a cashier. He's actually a running back. And I'll keep repeating it. I'll just say it over and over again. He's a running back. Time is Key 7 is a running back. And you know what? All the other customers at that Jamba Juice will say, well, he must be a running back because Lamar Jackson only speaks truth. And they will no longer take you seriously as a cashier. And you know what happens next? You will go broke, Time is Key 7, and then you will die alone. Next question.
Lamar. Yes, Lamar. What do you have to say, Lamar?
Hey, Lamar, this is Will Leasy. Do you think you deserve to be in the MVP conversation?
Will Leasy? This is an easy question. I always deserve to be in the MVP conversation. I've done something that most people haven't in the NFL career, and that's to win an MVP in the first place. Now, last year, I gave Aaron Rodgers a gift. He's elderly. We should respect our elders. But who is my competition this year? Got Kyler Murray. I got my good friend Justin Tucker. He's going to punt him to the moon. Now, Josh Allen, that's a gangly dude who's way too goofy to do what it takes to be MVP. And we got a surfer bro from the Chargers. Yeah, he's surfer bro, totally dude, all that. Now, go ahead and ask what your mom thinks about Justin Herbert. She'll be like, oh, Justin Herbert? Is that someone you went to grade school with? He's so respectable. But if you ask her about the Lamar Jackson, she'll know the answer, and she will respond. Oh, Lamar Jackson, he who can only be uttered in the most deferential way? Why, that's the elite quarterback of the Baltimore football Ravens. That is an MVP caliber candidate worthy of being in the MVP conversation. Next question.
Lamar. Go
ahead.
Where's regular Gridiron Heights?
On right.
Lamar, this is Brooklyn N10. Do you miss Mark Ingram?
Brooklyn N10. Mark Ingram. Now that is a soulful brother who is now gone on to where all the great backs of the league go to run out their days in the great farm I call the Houston Texans, where you will duke it out in what will amount to meaningless games, but doing what you love. Mark Ingram, I say this with all the love in my heart. I got you. Now you're playing with Rex Burkhead and running around with all them other RBs on a team that's going nowhere fast. But I tell you what, once a Raven, always a Raven. Caw-caw. Next question.
Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead, you there on the left.
Hey, Lamar. This is Why Not Win.
What's up, Why Not
Did you ever
Win?
admit that your cramps were a case of the poops?
Why Not Win? Great username. I should get this tattooed underneath the big old football that's already on my chest. Now, cramps, a case of the poops, these are both things that Lamar Jackson has to suffer as a part of being a human being. And to be frank with you, I cannot tell the difference between these two bodily movements, okay? They're really the same to me. Cramps, poops, they're the same. Matter of fact, I call cramps, poops, cramps. I call number 2s number 8s. Because no matter what Lamar Jackson does, it's going to be great. I encourage you, Why Not Win, in your life to say that when you're going to do a number 8, that you're doing a Lamar Jackson. Hey, I ate too much Taco Bell. I'm going to do a Lamar Jackson later. And people will say, that's a noble thing you're taking on. Next question.
Lamar. Excuse me, Lamar. Over here. Hey, Lamar. Over here.
Okay, I see you. Yeah, go ahead. You there on the left.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. This is Rusnak 11. Can you be my dad?
Rusnak 11. This is an implicitly sad question with hopefully a jubilant reply. Rusnak 11, I'm already your dad. Next question.
Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead. You there on the right.
Hello, Lamar. This is Pass to the Italians. Who's winning a fight between Fangio and Harbaugh?
Past two Italians, not gonna lie, your username is vaguely racially insensitive at best and maybe a slur at worst. Now, who's winning the fight between Fangio and Harbaugh? Now, Harbaugh, I mean, I've seen Harbaugh up close and personal, and there's not a lot that's gonna put me in between one of his fists and a face. I'm not gonna do it. Now, not to mention, he survived growing up in House Harbaugh. I mean, he grew up with Jim Harbaugh. That's anybody who survived that, they've got God's favor behind them. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, well, Fangio, he's old, he's getting up there in age. I would tell you, we're doing Fangio a favor. You know, he's already close to the end. Let's just go ahead, get him over the finish line, send him on up to heaven. You know, he can be reunited with his ancestors and all the elder greats that have gone before him. That's what I would do. Past due Italians. Next question.
Excuse me, Lamar. Over here. Hey, Lamar. Yes, but Lamar. What do you
Go ahead,
say
you
on
go on the
Lamar?
left.
Hey, Lamar, this is Dwayne Young.
What's up,
Are
Dwayne
you
Young?
fast or is everyone slow?
Dwayne Young. These are the questions that keeps Lamar Jackson up at night. Questioning the rules of this universe and the physics that bound us all. Am I fast or is everyone slow? Dwayne Young, I don't think this is either or. These are not mutually exclusive events in our universe. Dwayne Young, Lamar Jackson is the epitome of fast. And at the same time, everyone is slow. Lamar Jackson fast, everyone slow. Matter of fact, you look up the definition of fast, you're gonna see my face. Next question.
Excuse me, Lamar. Over here. Hey, Lamar. Over here. Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead, you there on the right.
Hello, Lamar. This is not Ja Morant. Do you think you have better hands than Hollywood Brown?
Not Ja Morant. This is again a question questioning the rules of nature. Now, better hands than Hollywood Brown, he's got great hands. I've got great hands. That's why we're both good at our crafts. Now, I can't possibly answer this question in sub 10 years. This is something that will be asked by scientists decades from now. Now, something we're much closer to answering is whether John Lennon has the better hands outside of Paul McCartney, okay? Because those two gentlemen on the Beatles made amazing music. I mean, have you heard the Beatles anthology? Did you listen to Yellow Submarine? I mean, my God, we are blessed to be in the same timeline as those gentlemen. Now, it's better hands than Hollywood Brown. It's between me and God, not Ja Morant. I'm gonna take one more question after this, just one more.
Lamar.
Better be a good one. These have been great so far. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Lamar. This is Buckeye 614.
Hey,
Are you
Buckeye
going to show up in the
614.
playoffs this year?
Buckeye 614. I'm gonna show up in the playoffs, just like I always show up. I'm gonna be there, cleated up, shoelaces tied, tatted chest, throwing the greatest games that anyone has ever witnessed. But that's not all that I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up in the playoffs. I'm gonna show up in the regular season. I'm gonna show up in the postseason. I'm gonna show up in your dreams. I'm gonna show up in your nightmares. I'm gonna show up when your eyes are open. I'm gonna show up when your eyelids are closed, because I am omnipresent. Behold, greatness embodied in the Lamar Jackson. Buckeye 614. That's enough for me, Big Trust. You know what? That's enough from all of y'all. I appreciate the time, but there's nothing that I can tell you anymore that you couldn't see from the Baltimore Ravens barely beating the Carson Wentz-led Colts. Now I have to prepare for the Chargers. Now Justin Herbert, or as I like to call him by his French name, Justin A-Bear, is coming into my town in their fancy powder blues, and they expect to win? Well, guess what, sleepyheads? The game's at 10 a.m. your time. And Lamar Jackson, why, he has never slept. Lamar Jackson out.
Now let's check in on Dan Campbell.
Football has betrayed me.